Hey Kevin, how you doing today?
Doing well. How about yourself, Tom?
I'm having fun. Did a little shopping with my daughter earlier today, and now let's go start some videos talking about some transitioning vets because that's what I enjoy.
I know.
Awesome. So as you're aware, we're currently having a 30 vets in 30 days, and this is my 28th episode. I'm talking with Kevin McCartney, and he is transitioning service member from the Navy. My goal is to put a person behind a picture of a transition service member on LinkedIn. I have a hashtag tomzacher Veterans Advice YouTube channel, which is where you see the full-length video of all my sessions and a LinkedIn group with the exact same name. My only hard rule is no military profile picture because I made the rules. And all these views are of myself and not associated with the company that I work for. But this video is not about me. It's about Kevin. So who's Kevin?
I'm a husband, father. I have two children. I'm an aviation maintenance officer in the Navy. I've been in for 23 years, multiple platforms. And I'm transitioning next year. I retire. Should be around hopefully August timeframe next year.
Wow. So how long you been in the Navy total?
It'll be 23. At retirement, it'll be 24 years, Tom.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't do that. 20 years and I was good. Just saying. Awesome.
Most people don't make it that far. So
this is true. Not everyone makes it to retirement. You're absolutely right. So when is your last month and for next year for the military?
it should be August.
August of next year. Okay, so August of 22. Got it.
Right.
When do you want to start your next career? I mean, you've been in 24 years being told where to go, what to do. You got to request to take leave. You have to request that you be gone and have someone else say yes or no. When do you want to start work next?
Actually, I would like to, you're talking dream job type deal.
Of course.
No doubt. Lockheed Martin is my next stop. Trying to make that happen. I'm part of their handshake to hire program. And that would be the place that I'd like to be after this.
Okay. Awesome. So education, certifications, what you got going on?
I got a Bachelor of Science in Aeronautics from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Okay.
I got the Defense Acquisition University Life Cycle Logistics Level 1 and 2 complete. I'm currently in work. I'm about 3/4 of the way done with Lean Six Sigma Green Belt.
Nice. Nice. Do you have any future certs you'll be looking at? Because I mean, you still got another year. You just gonna chill out for the next year, or are you looking at any other certs?
No, I'm gonna try. We'll see how it goes. Might try to get the black belt knocked out for Six Sigma. That'll be the next thing on the list after I get the green done. And then there's multiple little, the little courses you can do. Just try to knock a few things out to help strengthen my resume.
Nice. Nice. So 24 years in the military. What did you do? Or how can you break it down in normal terminology of what you did or are currently doing right now?
All right, I'll do a condensed version of it because I don't think we can cover 24. But when I came in as a aviation mechanic, worked up through the ranks, made chief petty officer, safer flight chief petty officer, releasing aircraft and reviewing books and tracking high time components, that kind of thing. Put in for a limited duty officer program and got accepted to that. So I've been doing that the past 9 years.
Nice.
That's opened a lot of doors professionally. I've done a lot of things. I've been involved in a lot of things that I didn't think I would ever have a chance to do. So now it's kind of like the 30,000 foot view. We're just making sure that like all the record keeping's right. We're managing schedules and planning operations, managing projects, managing big programs. So it's been one heck of a ride. I've enjoyed it.
Awesome. So it's kind of a two-part question here. A, do you want to keep doing that? And next, what type of title or position do you want to do after Navy?
So I would like to do something similar to what I'm doing right now. I think I would slide into a project management and planning operations kind of job. There are billets like that out there for sure. And I've seen job descriptions that almost match what I just told you verbatim. So that would be nice. Doing some type of scheduler job or a planner job, I'm also very interested in something like that, because that falls right in line with what I've been doing almost exclusively for like the past 10 years. So
awesome. So I guess with that in mind, you may want to look at maybe checking out doing the Project Plus from CompTIA. Give yourself a little bit of project knowledge with that. You probably get some planning knowledge thrown in there as well. And then there'll be a certification as well under your belt. And then make sure you get yourself pretty well proficient at MS Project.
Okay.
The guys that I work with, the person who sits in front of me, really awesome guy. Guy's freaking a genius, I think. He's like the master planner, something for the program that I'm on. And he's a guy that everyone walks up to talk about, hey, deliverables, customer, timeline, all the little charts, move things back and forth, associating timelines and everything else like that. And I'm like, man, everybody goes to that guy because he knows all the answers. Right. He knows where to find out every single little projects that we have going on. And man, this guy's like a wizard. So I think if you want to get yourself into that area, learning some MS Project, or even, shoot, you want to take on a little task, you can go and build the rest of your retirement. You say you got 1 year left, build it on MS Project. Put together your entire timeline on MS Project. Label everything you need to do, hours, time, day, whatever. And that would give you a little bit more experience with MS Project.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So you've been told where to live your whole career. Granted, probably I'm sure you had a little bit of choices with it. You're like, I really want to go here. Detailer say, you know what? Yeah, I probably got a slot for you here. So it's kind of like you kind of get to choose a little bit if there's a slot available, right?
Yes.
But where do you want to live? Because after military, you can go anywhere you want, live anywhere you want, however you want. It's your life.
Right.
Where do you want to go?
My family and I, we've already talked in depth about this. We want to move down to around the Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson area in South Carolina, upstate South Carolina. There's a lot of opportunity there. Lockheed Martin has a plant there. There's several other big companies there. ZF Group's down there, BMW's down there. There's a lot of opportunities. So that's where we're heading for sure. And we'll just see how the chips fall from there.
In fact, I have a friend of mine. His name is Andrew. I forgot his last name, but he does supply with Lockheed out of the South Carolina area down there. The Greenville area. Yeah. Can't remember. I recently saw online. I think they won like a F-16 contract, and they also won like a C-130 contract for down there. And it seems like some really, really big moving parts going on down there.
Absolutely.
So I think there'll be a lot of opportunities if you just know the right people, right?
Right.
Awesome. So speaking of knowing people, how do you know me? Or do you remember our first conversation, or I am
100%. 100% I remember the first conversation. So I was
hopefully that was nice.
I just got into LinkedIn. I just got into LinkedIn, and I saw a post you made. So I reached out to you to connect, and we connected. And then I was on Veterati later that day, and you were on Veterati too. So I was like, well, let me hit you up on it. So we connected through LinkedIn/Veterati. We had that phone call, that hour-long phone call on Veterati, which has, you know, directly enabled us to get to where we are now with how much you've helped me out and all the assistance you provided over the course of the past several months. So, and Tony Barber is the one that told me to get on Veterati in the first place. So I'll give him some credit where credit's due on our relationship, getting our relationship established with you and I.
That's kind of funny because his video is right before your video.
So
everybody's gonna see him talking, and then everybody's gonna see you talking.
That wasn't planned either.
Awesome. Do you remember anything, or what is one thing I may have told you, or advice or suggestion I gave you?
The main thing, well, there's been a few different things that you've told me to do, but one of the main things was to get my medical things taken care of and get that in line and get things that I've been putting off over the course of the last 23 years to get those annotated correctly. And I've taken that to heart, and I've done that. I've been trying to get things scheduled, and you know how it is. You can't get in there right away, but
yeah.
If you're just persistent, you'll get it done. That has been very, very helpful.
Nice.
In doing this. And then of course networking, and I've been trying to expand my network. I know I need to do a little better. We'll talk about that later, probably. If I know you, we'll talk about it later. So
me, come on. But I think when we first met, you didn't have that many connections, but your connections have really grown a lot, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah, a lot. Since we first talked, I probably got 1,500 more connections or so.
Wow. That is
because
awesome.
I was struggling. I don't even think I had 500. Like you were on me to get over to 500 hump way back then. So
and then you updated that profile picture, which I was really happy about.
Yes. I did that one. I knew you'd be happy. That's why I hit you up. I IM'd you right after that. So
Nice. Awesome. So skill bridge. Are you eligible for a skill bridge? And if so, when would it be? Or what target companies would you like to try to target? Or if you can have that one company person who's watching this video, what companies would you want them to see who you are?
If I'm interested in a skill bridge program. I'm eligible for one. My date would be around August 1 for so I could probably start one maybe, I don't know, April timeframe, or depending on if it's 3 or 4 months, you know. The companies I would be interested in doing them with, I mean, Lockheed Martin is the company I'd want to do one with. Like I told you, that's the end of the rainbow right there. That's the dream job for me. So that's where my interests lie, and that's who I'd be interested in doing one with.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Right on. So over your time you've been on LinkedIn, and maybe even before LinkedIn, what type of people, organizations, webinars, groups that you've been a part of to help you get to where you are right now? Or who would you like to give a shout out to, saying these people have been really awesome helping you out?
Yeah, absolutely. So the USO transitions office and the Pathfinder program, priceless. I worked with Katie Price was my point of contact through them. They were outstanding. Veterati, I can't stress Veterati enough. That's such an outstanding group, and it just it opens up some doors that wouldn't be opened otherwise, I don't think. I spoke with you and met you and established our relationship on there. I also had the opportunity to connect with Brew from Still Serving Vets on there. Great guy. I'm sure you guys know each other. Outstanding guy. And he's helped me a lot with a lot of different things. VetJobs.org, Laura Steiner from them. She's helped me a lot. And of course, Lockheed Martin's military relations, they've been great, specifically Tony Gilbert and Jason Boone. They've reached out to me and helped me out, answered questions, just taking time out of their schedules to do, what, to help me try to position myself to get into the company. And then Tony Barber, obviously, has done a lot for me. And he's the tomzacher that I work with. So he pushes me along and makes sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So
Awesome.
yes.
Label's some really great people there. So you told me about your education. You told me about certifications you have. What would you consider as maybe your top one achievement, and what would maybe be a top failure of yours that you may have turned into an achievement? You've turned into achievement yet?
Top achievement would complete my bachelor's degree. That was huge for me. I worked on it over the course of several years, not several years, 4 or 5 years, just because of deployments. And I would have 2 or 3 classes, then I'd be gone 6 or 7 months, and then come back and get back on it, because the boats don't have real good Wi-Fi. The non-Navy guys probably wouldn't even understand that joke right there, but it doesn't matter. The second thing, so whenever I was the maintenance material control officer at VFA 81, I was named CAG Maintenance Officer of the Year. So that's Carrier Air Group 1's Maintenance Officer of the Year. So I was number 1 out of 40 guys, and I got a Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal for that. And that was pretty humbling there to be selected for that. So
awesome.
As far as failures go, probably my lack of posting on LinkedIn is my biggest failure, and my current failure that I need to rectify probably right after we're done talking, actually. So I know I need to do better on there. I get busy, and I'm not going to make any excuses. I need to get better on there. So the network supports you. You need to support the network. So that's it.
Awesome. I like that, but I mean, it's also good for you. It's also good for you to get your name out there so people know who you are.
Right.
So I think name recognition helps out a lot. We're going to go for your next job. We're trying to go for your next opportunity. If people know who you are, that same person also on LinkedIn, they can look you up. Let's see a little bit of what's on your mind, what you post. I know myself, I post quite a bit on LinkedIn, right? I think most of my posts are pretty good. I'm sure maybe 1 or 2 of my posts make somebody upset. It's okay. You can't make everybody happy, right?
Right.
You just have to know how to strategically post something so usually the way I look at it is I usually go ahead and think about it. Like, for example, a post I made yesterday. Talk about how someone should follow up. Someone should do this. Is your transition, etc. Right? I don't like this. It's kind of like military. If you're going to complain about something, try to provide a solution or bring a solution, right? So I kind of use the same mentality a lot when I try to post something on LinkedIn about something I may not be happy about,
Right. Yeah, don't bring the problems, bring the answers with the problems. And then we
absolutely
figure out what channel we want to pursue.
Or if you don't know the answer, say, I don't know the answer, and ask for help and ask for guidance. It's okay to say you don't know something. There's a lot of things I don't know. A lot of things I probably should know, and I still don't know because I think I got a bad memory, but that's about it.
I mean,
awesome.
It's an individual transition, it's been done before. And it's just like your career, in the military, you got to own it. If you don't, nobody else cares about your career. You need to care about your career. Nobody
Absolutely.
grabbed you and drug you along and stuck an anchor on your collar. That didn't happen. You earned that thing. So like, I feel like transition's the same way. You're going to get out of it what you put into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. So struggles and stress. So me, I think you had life pretty good. I mean, you made chief, became an officer, won LDO. You know all the answers. You get the whole path taken care of for you. You couldn't have any stress going on or struggles with your transition, can you?
Oh, goodness. I tell you, I've been working on this resume, and I tried to do the little blocks at a time. Like, I'm just going to do this block now, this block. And it turned into 5 hours. And then the next day it was 4 or 5 hours. And I feel like I was just spinning my wheels. And finally, I've kind of reached the peak of the hill, I think, and I'm on the downward road.
I think I probably changed my resume. I don't know. I'm like version 50 or something like that right now. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it's always it's kind of like a living document. It's not a once and done document. So
right. So like, I got it in my head, like, as soon as the first one's done, that's the hardest one you're going to do. And then after that, it's gonna flow a little easier. At least I hope so.
it is kind of. I mean, it all depends how many more jobs you want to keep applying for.
Right. Right.
Awesome. So close to the 25-minute mark. Do you have any questions for me?
Sure. I got a few, actually. So the first one would be, if you could turn the clock back and go through transition again, what would you do differently and why?
I would ask more questions. I would reach out to a whole lot more people. I'll learn how to be active on this platform that I had an account, I think, for 10 years now. And probably much like many others, I had an account for it since it first came out. Someone said it was cool. Go check it out, create an account. So I did that. And I didn't touch it for, I think, about 6-8 months before I transitioned. Then I was like, oh man, I usually call LinkedIn. Sounds kind of cool. And that's when I started using it some more. But I didn't. Probably the reason why I reach out to so many people and talk to them, and I see that they have so many connections. Their profile looks like whatever, I see they're in the military. I'm like, you know what? Let me reach out to this guy. Reach out to this gal. Let me talk to her and say, hey, I realize this is what's going on. I realize you may or may not have much knowledge here going on. You probably think the platform's kind of boring and there's not a lot of things going on because, well, you only have like 50 connections. I mean, I can tell you who I just met recently because I was going through job fairs, whatever. But I would really learn how to utilize LinkedIn to your advantage. There's a lot of awesome people on the platform.
Yeah.
But you don't know who they are until someone tells you, hey, you should connect with blah, 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 blah. Because this person done this for me, this person done this for me, this person's pretty awesome. This person posts about this. Like, oh man, like Tyrone Hewitt, I would have never met him if I wasn't active the way I was on LinkedIn. And a lot of others, I wouldn't have known about them because I don't know who they are if you're not active. You don't have a reason to go to LinkedIn every day to go look at something, then you're not active on it, in my mind. Right. So I'll just make it more of a daily routine and a daily habit to get on there, look at something, and of course, post weekly, right?
Yeah, post weekly. Got it.
But yeah, so I mean, I always thought that whenever I posted, everybody had like a photographic memory. It's like, oh crap, I don't know what to post. I don't want everyone to think I'm an idiot. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to post. I think I probably made a lot of mistakes there where I could have posted a little bit more. I probably would have gained a few more connections that way.
Right.
And we had a few more people reach out to me, try to help me. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I did have people reach out to me. I did have people help me, but I think more is always better in that situation.
Right.
So,
This second question that I would have would be, so I know you've been doing this for a while now. I know you've probably seen, I don't know, thousands or tens of thousands maybe, of military people making the transition in the civilian world. What like reoccurring mistake do you see us making during the transition process that you like? I don't know if you could like pinpoint one thing out, but if you could pinpoint one thing out, what would it be and how can we fix it? Like
I would think
LinkedIn posting or whatever, you know?
I would think it would be the word resources and putting all your eggs in one basket. I'm prime example. I did that. Put all my eggs in one basket with the skill bridge company that I was working with. I didn't explore other skill bridge companies. I was ignorant. I didn't know the companies that were out there. I didn't know all the support from other companies out there. So I thought this one company is just the way it is. I heard about something else. Like, oh, I'm not really sure how to do that. Oh man. It's probably not for me. Or I talked myself out of ideas that I didn't know that were available to me as part of those ideas. So that would probably, I see a lot of people just putting all the eggs in one basket. I see a lot of people not thinking outside the box. Like, for example, myself, when I came time for towards my retirement, I thought I was only going to stay in Augusta, Georgia. I didn't think about moving anywhere else until I was about 2 months out, and I wasn't really getting very many offers at all. Wasn't getting any interviews, wasn't getting any offers. I was like, man, I need to learn how to cast a little bigger net. Maybe these 3 states around Georgia. That sounds cool. Yeah. And then maybe about a month and a half out, I was like, you know what? Forget it. I can go anywhere I want to go to. And then I came up with a thought process of, why don't I go there and live in an extended stay hotel? I think I was asking my sister about that actually. So, so what do you think I should do? She's like, well, just go get a extended stay hotel. They're not that expensive. Then you figure what do you want to do? I'm like, that sounds perfect. I love that idea. That's exactly what I did. I picked up a job over here in Denver and I lived in an extended stay hotel for 6 months. I mean, in reality, what you want to do, go yourself an apartment contract, good for a year. Oh, you only want to stay there for 6 months? Okay, cool. Let me charge you extra $400 a month because I'm not going to make the 1 month contract out of you. Oh, let me go get myself a house rental for a year. Oh, by the way, can you do 6 months? Oh, yeah, we're probably gonna charge you extra money because we're gonna lose money for the possible contract. I mean, how many different little variants are there, right?
Yep.
Extended stay hotel, there is no contract. You can get up and go anytime you want. It's a hotel.
Right.
But at the same time, the rates are cheaper the longer you stay there, right? So it worked out pretty well for me. I got there and already a bed, towels, all the water I wanted to use in the shower, all the AC heater I wanted to use during the weather time, right? I didn't pay for it. Same rate every single month. So
that's solid.
I thought it was pretty, for my situation, I thought it was easy. Because I didn't buy my house until 6 months after I moved to Denver. But during that time, I was still trying to sell a house in Georgia, transit family over here, household goods move, all that fun jazz. No, right. Said nobody ever in that situation, right? So, yeah. So I have one last question for you. What can I do, if anything, to help you with your transition or help you out with your job search or whatever?
And you're doing it, Tom. You're doing it right here. Thanks for your time. Thanks for doing this for us. I mean, I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me the past several months that we've known each other. I mean, I'm glad to know you and thankful that we've crossed paths in this life. So thanks.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes I don't know what type of impact I've made on people because I tell them a lot of the exact same things. I help them out, and sometimes I don't hear from them ever again. That's okay, but thanks for telling me. I really appreciate it.
It's the truth, man.
Thank you. All right. Well, hey, you have a good day. Thanks so much for having some time available, and I look forward to that post for you today.
You got it, Tom. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.